Good morning, everyone. This is day 27 of hashtag Play Your Hand challenge for August 2024. Today, we're going to be doing something that might be new for you. It's going to be using junk photos and punches. So I've prepared a bunch of cards. They're already covered on both sides and distressed. So we have a number to choose from, depending on which ones go with the photos we're using. And we have some miscellaneous things to use. These are the punches for the edges that I'm using. And I think they were made by Martha Stewart. I think that's what they say. And they fold up really nicely, and you can make a long strip of punches. These are the only two that I have at this time. I'm still looking for them in some thrift stores. And I have prepared some punches ahead of time of leaves and circles and little flower blooms and things that we could use. I also have this decorative corner one, which I'll show you how that works. So let's get this out of the way. Here's some examples. Those are some to use. I didn't want to punch the whole time, so I've punched a bunch ahead of time. Here I've used this punch, and I've done some on each end. These are just parts of photos that really I see as more texture and color. Here I've used the flower one at the top. I think the table underneath shows it, and at the bottom. And you can kind of see a personish type shape, but it doesn't really, say what it is. This one I've done this way with the flower one. And if you get a little piece like that that's sticking up, you can pull that off. Here's some pretty blue. I think you have part of a sea creature. And I've used this scallopy, I guess we'll call it, edge on there. And another blue one. I think this is the nose of an orca whale, probably from SeaWorld or something. Here's some ripply water. Put the flowers on the top. Here's one, once again, where I've put flowers at both ends. Here's one where you can see the shore, the water, and the shore and the sky. And I've put this on here, but somehow I've managed to still have this piece attached along the edge, which I left for now. Here's another, it's a photo that probably has reflection and something wrong with it, whatever, but it's just a nice texture. Here's some more land and water and sky, and this one has a street pole. So you can see what goes with whatever you're doing. Here's some water. Here's this really pretty, take that off, blue color. Here's one where I've punched that leaf shape out along the way, and it's plants, trees, grass, greenery. Looks like a picnic bench. Here's that other edge I was talking about. Here's the mountains and sky. So this is what the punch looks like if you just leave it, but you can also turn it around and it'll look like that, or you can turn it this way and it looks like that. So that's what this black punch does. Here's one where I've punched fall leaves, or this one would have been blue, but out. This is just, orange to gray with the little edge. So you can see that there's lots of different pictures. Like, I'm not sure what that is. Whoops. Here's some hills with some shadows. Here's some trees. This one has the decorative corner. This is probably some art project or a basket handle or something, but it just looks like blocks of color. This one got off. The punch got up here and down here, which is okay. We could cut it apart. That's just some more heels. This is actually, I'm going to show you how you can do people and things, and then you can put the flowers on and stuff. Here's ones with flowers and a bug. And you can turn around and do the other side even with the long one, which it would be almost all the lacy flowers. There's some more scenery with flowers. So you get the idea. Here's some shadowy pictures of people, some blue hills. Here's one with, I guess, some people and some trees, and both of these ended up having the little bar across the bottom. Here's some buildings with the flowers coming down. They didn't quite punch all the way out. Anyway, I have a ton of these to choose from that we can use to put on our cards, and I'll show you how you can punch them. So you might have a whole bunch of photos that you don't want. You can cut part of it off or the whole thing, or cut it up into pieces, depending on what you'd like to do with it. Here's a scenery one, you know, with this side of the land, some water, some more land, sky with clouds. And then here's one that probably got overexposed. It looks like grass down here and maybe trees, and tents or something, and trees and sky, but it's overexposed, so it's really just, you know, color to me anyway. Oh, and here's another one. Here's one like a graduation photo. Let's take the graduation photo and see if we can put a whole bunch of the flowers in it and kind of make it disappear. Let's see, I'll try punching it this way. So remember, it has to be within this area of the punch, and it should be within this area to get outside to match it back up. So, and we line it up along this and along this if it sticks out. So we'll start here. Hopefully this won't be too loud. Okay, so that punched this end. Now we have to get this back in here far enough that it'll punch some more. We need to line this up. I can see the leaf right here, and we'll line this leaf up and this flower. You can zoom in if you'd like. And then we have this edge lined up. This is not the angle I normally do that on. So see, the design has continued, and we need to go just a little bit more. So let's line this up with the flowers. And now we've gone off the edge. Now, let's see. I don't think we're wide enough to go on the other side as well. So we'll just do that, and maybe we'll trim it off and just use the decorative part. We could put the flowers up here at the top. See if we can line that in there. I think it's easier for me to push if it's on this side. Hopefully that's lined up. Okay, we're just a little off there, but I think we'll just round this a little bit off. So we do make lots of mess under these. Let's put this one back here. Oh, I didn't do the corner punch on one, but that's okay. I was gonna do this punch on here. Maybe like that. Let's see, get this lined up in here. So we have this edge, we want to get it back in there. Line these up. You do line up pretty easily. Okay, so we want this to be in there. And to line these up. Oh, we didn't quite go all the way. So still getting that end in there and lining up this end. There. So now we've gone all the way. Okay. And I have a little kitty visitor talking to me. Clean off all this stuff off my desk. Pet the kitty. Okay, so we can pick which of these different punches that we'd like to put on our card. I think it would be nice to have some scenery, some bright blue. We have the leaf. Let's just put a few out here and then get a card and see what we'd like to do. So this is with playing cards, so we can pick some playing cards. This one is red, pink, yellow. I think that pattern wouldn't go as well. Oops. What choices do we have? We have a blue one that's almost that color actually, and we have this brown and some roses. So that's some of each to pick from to find out which 5 we want to use. So could do something like this. I think this one might be better on a bigger card. This might be very pretty down the side of this red one. Maybe getting other colors. It's interesting that this painted one has this edge. We could match this color here to where it kind of lines up. I think I like that. And then we'll figure out what else we'd like on there. Then we have scenery. We could even have this go on like this and have this stick up like a lacy top. That could be an option. I think we could consider that one. So let's see, we have these two. This could be a lacy top as well. Is on it lacy. These could also be a pocket on a card if we put them over to the side. This, and then this could be a pocket. I'm not sure that I like that one as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna not do that one. Let's see. And we have just our punches too, but they could also work with the edge. So there's this one that has a building with some lights, and then these almost seem sort of like snowflakes to me, even though they're flowers because they're on the white, but then that could be a pocket right here. And some other punches could be on there as well. We have this one that goes across, which could be a horizontal one. That's kind of pretty with the dark color on the orange. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We just have one more to choose between these. And we could just do, well, we do have this leaf one. Let's see. That's not bad. That's kind of different with a punch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe instead of this one, we'll just do punches on one. So let's put these cards back for another day. Thought if I got them ready ahead of time that it would be simpler. Let's see, do we have one with just the flower border? It's kind of dark, but there's the flower border. This would be interesting, just the flower border and the same color, but if it's a pocket, it would have something, let's see, showing, you could see it underneath. That might be fun. Maybe we'll try that. And then let's see what we have for other punches. So, these are taking part of a picture and punching out with the scalloped edge. I do like that one, but we need to have some other options here. We could have some of that coming down. That doesn't show up. That shows up a bit. Put some fall leaves on here. Oops. And let's see. Could put some leaves here. Does that one show up? Sorry about the cat. Wants to be part of the video, I guess. Would this one be better? You can see that coming down. Maybe putting a couple of those on there. We have this leaf. Let's see what we're going to put on there. Mostly I think we need to put something under there. Here's some people at a picnic table. This is a hill with some trees. And this is just some leaves, mostly just for the color and pattern. We could put a matching one over there that actually might be part of the picture. Maybe a little word in there. Maybe something other down there. And we could put a word down there too. We do have these blue leaves. I think not though. Okay, I think we have what we're gonna do. Put that aside. I didn't do one of these, but we'll do that another time, I guess. Maybe I'll even just put some washi tape down here. I have this one with all kinds of nature pictures, although I believe it doesn't come off very easily. It tends to tear, so I don't know if I'll successfully get some off or not. Give it a try. I think especially along the edge. And I don't care if I ruin the stickiness because I can just, I'm gonna add glue anyway. Well, got one. They're super perforated so you can tear them apart. We'll have to make a little card for this pocket. Maybe the other pocket too. This is some insects in each of these pictures. It's a little torn piece, so I'm not sure if we'll successfully continue. Sometimes these are fiddly. I've heard you could use like a hair dryer or something to get them to, you know, warm up and come off easier, but I don't have one of those handy. Almost there. And even though it's not perfect, that's okay. Okay, is this long enough? Yeah. Let's see how it looks. We got a butterfly, a bird, and a bug. I think that will be a nice addition. Give something of interest. So let's take this off. Put some glue on our washi tape. Make sure it's gonna stick. Kind of center that on here. Get it on good. Even though that has a little notch in it, I'm okay with that. Oops. I guess that edge came off. Okay. Hope everyone's having a good day. It's early for me to be filming. Trying to get several today ready for you. Okay, so that looks pretty on there. I like the blue tinge underneath. So let's just trim this little piece off the punch. And let's see, get the art glitter glue flowing. I think I'm just gonna put it, I could put it up over the edge. Or do we like it off? Maybe over. So maybe I'll just go from the corner of this. That is if the glue will go. If the glue will be helpful. So put it on here. So we've got our rusty pen coloring our glue. And unfortunately, I think it's also clogging my glue. Okay, there we go. So this will form our pocket. And we'll trim this off where we don't want it. So put this up on the edge. This side has a lot of holes, so hopefully it'll stick there good anyway. Okay, depending on how far over this goes, which is about here, we could add like a word or something if we had any. I really am going to rectify that. It just might be next month. Okay, so we have this one, which I'm not going to make a pocket. I'm just going to glue it on. Do I want it to be... I could make it a belly band, but it might be hanging up into those, so I don't know. I don't think I will. If I put it up like this, then that one's mostly off the edge. I think that's what I'll do. So I'll just put the glue about where this leaf is. And down here, I guess I'm doing it like a belly band. Am I going to do a belly band? Well, I guess we can. It wouldn't be anything very big we can get in there, but okay, so glue that on the edge. And then this little punched out piece offset from the design. I think it kind of adds a little interesting element to have the same piece, but it's kind of going opposite and down here. Let that one dry. This one we're not going to do as a pocket. So this one is about down to this above my finger. So we'll just go around all these little scallopy edges. Get it glued well. Whoops, a hole there. I don't know if you've ever tried using your scrap photos for something like this. If not, I hope you give it a try just to see. I don't know, do people even print photos anymore? Do you have a bunch laying around? I have some waiting for scrapbooks and things, and so I have a lot of ones I don't need, junk ones that I would probably just throw away. But I thought this might be fun to do something with them. Okay, let's see. Let's dab some of this extra glue off. I just really like the way that lines up. Okay. Got down a little too far, so I have extra glue. And we'll just kind of let these fall down the page, as in falling out of the tree. I think it's good to make, if you're making some things ahead, to make a variety of ones for different seasons and subject matter, so that when you need something, you can find something. Now this pinkish background is not a normal color that you would have in the fall, but I think it still works okay. Let's see, so this one, that one, maybe falling down like this. Leaves are definitely fun to punch out with the interesting colors. All right, should we make this a belly band with the lacy edge up there? I think we should go below these flowers, and I think we should go all the way down to secure it, so it won't go under the punch, and then right at the bottom. Otherwise this won't be secure on the card. So from here to the bottom you could put something in there. And just a little edge here. It's always good to add some pockets and and tucks and bands as a possibility for putting something in also, or journaling. And you don't have to use it, but it's there if you want it. And this little lacy edge at the top is nice. I think that's kind of fun to stick that up over the edge. And then we'll just put this one little leaf. Kind of down here as a focal image. Oops. At the bottom. We have our mountains with snow back there. Okay, and then this one we have a scalloped edge circle punch, which I don't have that punch out, but I do have other things punched with this scallop circle. I find it's a nice one to have. Someday we'll just do a whole bunch of punching, a variety of different things. So these are all going upright, but we're going to make this one go horizontal, because sometimes you want something that goes horizontal in a pocket. Why don't we try one of these and make like a lacy top? Maybe would this one look good on here? Or do we want something that's more white? You can always turn it over. You can always use it this way, and then the color would just be on the back. Why don't we try that? That would be kind of like using actual lace to decorate it, but we're using punched edges that look sort of like lace. Oops. These little guys are a little fiddly because they're so small. And once again, we could add a label somewhere. Okay, so since we're going to trim anyway, why don't we try to get it between these two. And do we want to have it less so it doesn't go all the way down? Let's see. Make sure I get this long enough. Okay, so I'm gonna line this up on a line. Check one more time. Measure multiple times. Cut less. Let's cut that right on the line. I sound kind of froggy today. Oh, that's a pretty gray one. That could be on the end of the card as well. Okay, let's make this maybe half the width approximately. It'll be easier to line it up on that line, so we'll just go with that. Now we have a little tiny strip that we could use for something. This is a little narrower. Yeah, I have a little extra, but that's okay. So if I put some glue, whoops, down here. And line this up like that. Press it down, get some good glue connection. Extra there. Get the extra off. And push. Do it here. We'll let that dry, but then we'll just have a colored strip on the back. Okay, so let's put our pin in here and let's trim these and see if we want to add anything else. There we go. Put this lid on. Start at this end. Trim that off. I think I'll throw the really little stuff just in my scrap bucket here that I can put on some clusters or something. I try to go back and clean up my desk at least once a week and make a bunch of clusters from the little bits that get accumulated on the desk and around the desk, and even some that I'm, you know, harvesting from around the room and house. Clusters are a great way to use up your scraps. Why is that not looking straight? Okay, we'll cut a card that will fit. Maybe one of these page heads. Can do a little wider than that. How wide can we go? We can go over to there. So let me go like here. It's a lot easier to see if I put it at this end. These are some scraps that a card maker gave me that they didn't need. some of their scraps so you can trade with other crafters. Okay, that's a little too wide, so let's take some off. I think it's still a little tight. We want it to be able to get in there easily, so we don't want it to be too tight. There, that's nice. Okay. Who else is a pocket? Well, you're a belly band. Or did I glue you down? Nope, you're a belly band. Oops, come on. Okay, that's about the right height. This is tricky to get through here, so I'm not sure that this is even though it's cut like a belly band, I don't think it would be a good thing to use because you run into the leaves. So I think we'll not put a card in there. Now, this one is just glued down. Trim it off. Round its little corners. Put that in our scrap bin. And this one is a belly band, and it's just down here at the bottom. That almost fits. So we'll trim a little off, and we'll trim a little off this way. Scraps. Trim a little this way so it fits easier. Whoops, that should have went in the garbage. Oh well. It's still a little tight. Let's take a little bit more off. That can fit there. So we don't need this. And get our scissors lined up along the edge so we can cut straight. We use the edge here. Hopefully that lets us get a nice straight edge. Yeah, that's fine. Here's one little tiny piece, which could be fun on something sometime. Okay, so we have this white lacy edge from a photo and this design to go this way in a pocket. And on the back, we have some photo showing and some journaling space. We have this scene plus a leaf and a lacy edge sticking up. I think I would give it just a little rounding there. Maybe just well, not really much. More off of that one. We could decorate these up. I don't think I would put any punches on them because they would hang up going inside there. Let's make little tiny rounded corners so they might slide a little easier. This This will help them show up inside. And I think because it really doesn't show, I don't think I'm going to put anything on here other than the writing surface. But you could decorate this as well, but I don't think you want anything that's going to hang up very much. Yeah, it goes that way better. It's kind of a tight fit though, so maybe a tab would be nice. It's really, there's just not a lot to grab a hold of, but that's one. Then we have this one with the leaves, the fall leaves, and these with the little spring leaves here. And this is lifted like you could put something under there, but it really hangs up on these little jagged corners there, so we'll skip that. And then we have this one with the insects and birds down the side with washi tape, and the punched out flowers, which blend into the card until you put a journal card inside. And once again, I think we'll just leave it blank for some good writing space. All of them have journaling writing space on the back of the cards, but these two with the additional pockets and cards have additional writing space, and that makes the flowers stand out really nicely. Okay, there's our hand of journal cards for today. Day out of the punch here. Day 27 of hashtag Play Your Hand. We have this one with, my glue fingers can get it out. We have our washi tape and our journal card pocket. We have this one with the leaves. There's a little picnic bench here. We have this one where we put the punched picture here, the punched leaves, and then we put this on reversed to make it look like lace. We have this one with a scenery, some mountains and sky and a little leaf coming down. And actually the town that this is, around fall, they start having snow, and this just reminds me of snow. And then we have the journal card in the pocket underneath. And then we have this one with fall leaves and a decorative border. So our hand of 5 cards with photo punches, junk photos, we made today on day 27. I'll see you on day 28. Thanks for joining me. This is Peggy from the Pearl Forest.